welcome to this week's edition of the Owl and the Pussycats. Remember, this is your program. We can only do it with your input. So please, drop us a line, lisa.jordan@ctv.co.nz. We will endeavour to get through as many questions as we can in the half hour. Let's meet the panel, though, for the first time here for a wee while. It's lovely to have Tyra Adlam back with us. Tyra, you're magnificent looking again, of course. Southern Skin must be very good for it, is it? You are an ambassador for Southern Skin.
Yes, I am. I'm a brand ambassador for Southern Skin, and I would like to think that I owe a lot of the way in which I look to Southern Skin.
Yeah. You've got an interest in psychology, we know that.
Yes.
Cosplay, just explain what that is.
Cosplay is costume play, and it is essentially a geek territory, and it's taking a character that you love, character from comics or film or TV shows, and embodying them, dressing up as them, full costume, and embracing that character and loving that character.
And trying to duplicate that character?
It depends on the person. Some individuals love to fully embody the character, heart and soul. Some people just like the overall aesthetic.
Diane White, you'd have an empathy with that, I would think. But you come from the hospo background, that sort of thing. But you've branched into hypnotherapy, that sort of thing.
Yes.
How draining is it for you?
Not at all, because I'm really helping the person to tap into what they want to release and how they want to feel, and then just changing that picture and the feeling for themselves. And once people actually see the difference, then they have great incentive to do it themselves. People heal themselves.
I've got very lazy, I've got to tell you. I used to do TM twice a day, transcendental mental,
yes.
and it was so good. And now I've slipped out of the habit, and I don't feel any better, where I used to feel better when I did do that.
We need to be in touch with who we are, that spirit of the soul that's the true us.
And then Andrea Allen, who's just in touch with everything that moves, really, of course, on Canterbury Live.
Wish, love.
Yeah.
Gee, that's an intro.
Nice to see you, mate.
Touch a bit
How
more.
are you? Hospitality industry again, through the pub scene, but...
the flash pubs.
Yeah. And
flash
three
pubs.
boys, and wonderful. Life's pretty kind at the moment, isn't it?
It's awesome. Just building a new home, so very excited about that. You know, it's a great
Tell
time
us what's
to
the
be there.
favourite room you wanted to come online?
Oh, you're just teasing.
No,
actually, it is.
You love the word, don't you?
Well, I do, but you know, the boys are troubled being three males, and I am outnumbered. You know, a house full of penises, and I'm the token vajayjay in the house. So I said to the boys that Mother is going to have a pink door. What? The front door will be bright pink.
Really?
It's very troubling for them. But I said, when you're coming back late at night, unless you can tell the taxi driver, I live at the pink door. So there is a method in my madness.
We're going to talk about the favourite room, the room that you're really waiting to have built.
Oh, the boudoir.
Boudoir. Isn't it a beautiful
I
one?
love
The
that
French
word.
language is just fabulous, isn't it?
I don't say anything to in French.
Jacqueline from Kaikoura, lovely to hear from you up there as well, which is great. I'm disappointed that there's been so much hoopla about the birth of the new princess, really. There are much more important things going on in the world. They don't receive as much coverage as this has. What are your thoughts? We're talking about Princess Charlotte, the Princess of Cambridge.
Frankly, I think it's actually really nice to see something so positive on the news. Turn on the news and it's all doom and gloom, and here we have something, whether it be directly relatable to us as a nation. For me, it's a feel-good story. It's something we can get behind and ooh and ah over.
And I'm sorry, she is beautiful.
Oh. Yes.
She's not an ugly baby. If she was ugly, then that's it. She was this little wee thing, and I guarantee she wouldn't have made as much headlines, but she is beautiful.
Can we spare a thought, though, just for a moment? I think they're a magnificent couple.
Oh, yeah.
Wills and Kate. I really do. I just think they're a breath of fresh air in the royal household, and I think this wee one, What's wrong with good news? Is there something wrong with good news?
And I love the names.
Yeah.
I'm really stoked. Charlotte, I think it's a beautiful name. Elizabeth, it's Kate's middle name as well, but as well as obviously the Queen Mother, or Grandmother, I should say, and Diana. I love that. I love that.
Very nice.
Yeah.
No, I just think it's okay. It's picture book stuff. It's whatever. There's another princess born. Is it? I'm sorry, Jacqueline. I mean, yeah, you might have to come out of the cocoon or something in Kaikoura, I think, really. I mean, gee, just enjoy the love. Is there something wrong with that?
Well, the other thing that I have to say is that we do live in a world where you can turn off the TV. If you open the newspaper and don't like what's on the front page, you just go straight to the second. So even if there is an oversaturation of something, you don't have to focus on it. You can switch channels. You can focus on other events in the newspaper.
I mean, it
Well
was an
said.
uplifting from Nepal, wasn't it, to be honest? I mean, or
Yes.
Afghanistan or Iraq or whatever. I mean, it was just a breath of fresh air that came in.
Perhaps this lady from Kaikoura is really tuning into the fact it would be great as a nation to become a republic and let the royal family go for us.
Well, let's go on that then. What do you think? Has the royal family done its dash in New Zealand?
Personally, for me, yes. I'd like to think that a New Zealander could become, you know, the leader of our nation, not
We
the
have a
Prime
governor
Minister.
general and a prime minister.
Yeah, but
No, I
let's-
struggle with that. I watch, and you know, it's a bit sad to watch the parliamentary TV. To have those Muppets overruling everything, no. I'll you know, keep with the
You
Queen.
like-
Yeah, I
you
like
like
the royal
the Queen?
thing. Yeah,
Do you?
no, we'll follow down that route. I just can't see us doing it on our own.
I am a little bit, though, I've got to say, I just wish if we could just jump Charles.
Yeah.
Yeah, just move
Yeah.
on and
Yeah.
get Wills in, you know, but that
I'm
ain't
hearing
going
you.
to happen. And I tell you what, the way the mother looks, Charlie Boy could be on the throne for decades, couldn't he? But never mind. Okay, no, we don't agree with you, Jack. Well, I'm sorry. We get a wee buzz out of that, you know. I think it's quite a feel-good, nice thing. I have a daughter who's only 15 coming to ask me about becoming sexually active. It's great that she's comfortable enough to talk to me about it, but I'm not sure how to respond. I don't want her to be at that stage yet. Well, can't do much about it. She's too young and I don't want her making mistakes. I feel like I'm a child in this situation because I'm too scared to approach. What should I do? Kelly of Christchurch. 15-year-old daughter is getting sexually active.
Family planning. Now, I have 3 boys, so I can't comment on
No.
having a daughter.
Well, go back
but
to your own
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
Yeah.
Is that, you know, family planning is such a wonderful tool, the clinics in there, and they are there to
Were you a rager at
facilitate.
15?
Are you talking about me or this
You.
15-year-old daughter? Look, I tell you what, I did have probably a very colourful teenage years, but I'm proud of that.
Did you go to family planning?
I had a great doctor. Mr. Rumbaquelli, is he still alive in Invercargill? Does he remember me? All of
Diane,
this?
I think Kelly needs to talk to her daughter and say to her, you know, I'm here to back you and to help you. Let's get you to the specialist who know about this and can help you with it. But she can't be a friend to her, but be a true mother of really backing her and saying, you know, I want you to have a good life. I want you not to just make a decision in the moment and regret it for the
Tara,
rest
did
of your
you
life.
struggle at 15?
To be fair, I was immensely unpopular as a teenager, so I was a very late bloomer. I didn't start dating until I was in my 20s.
Right.
So, I mean, it was never really an issue for me. No one was interested in me. But the thing I take from this is that her daughter is interested in approaching her and talking to her. It doesn't mean that she's going to go out and do anything.
No.
She might just be looking for answers and guidance. So I think the worst thing you can do is shut this daughter out. Talk to her, be open, be responsive.
I hope that helps, Kelly, because I'm getting in the ear, get off. So we've got to go to an advert break. So we'll be back in a moment. There's no doubt about it. Doing this program, you learn things, don't you? And I hope listening at home you learn something, because Chrissy from Oak has written and I didn't know what the hell she was talking about. I've been hearing a lot recently about dad bod. Whew, didn't know what that was. A man with muscles and a bit of a beer gut, basically. That's what it's according to Chrissy. I find myself this is quite attractive and wonder if other women in Canterbury would agree. What do you and your panel think? Do you think males find the mum bod attractive? Who wants to have a crack?
I find it really interesting that this woman is concerned with what other women find attractive or not. It doesn't seem relevant. If Andrea and I went out for a drink and I said, oh, this guy over there, I think he's gorgeous. And Andrea said, oh, I couldn't care less. It's not relevant.
Is it
Right,
in the
so-
eye of the beholder, is it, Diane?
Yes,
Is it?
definitely.
Yeah.
And I'm all for health and muscles and no stomach. I like my man to be hunky and gorgeous as he is.
They still make them?
I've got one. And I'm keeping him.
The rare.
Well, you know, I mean, we have become a little obsessed with bodies, though, haven't we?
We have, but it's also talking about the beer gut and things like that. That's unfortunately, it's a bit of a Kiwi thing and Aussie thing too, that whole beer gut look about it. But I'm back to that. As long as they're healthy, that's the main core. Okay, I'm not going to say that I don't like a bit of muscle. Seriously, you know. Just quietly, Jason Statham I could spread them on my toast for breakfast and amazing. But
Beauty's only skin deep, though, isn't the inner person that we really want to know.
I think it's health, though. It's not so much of you know, going for a guy who's got to go to the gym and be all that, but just be healthy. You know, if he's got a beer gut, then he's obviously probably farting a lot as well. So I'm not really into that.
Is that the panel's opinion?
Well, it's yeast.
Anyone into farting at all or not? No,
well, you haven't done anything yet, Pete, so you're okay. So I'm a little bit worried now that I'm next to you, Pete, just quietly.
Let's take to the streets, though, and find out, because we're progressing from the beer gut now to transgender. And prime example, Olympian champion he was, Bruce Jenner, has now decided that he will take a little bit of a turn. He's been in the media lately and was recently interviewed about changing from male to female. It opens a can of worms, doesn't it? Let's find out what people on the street thought about Bruce Jenner's change. Or did they react?
Tricky question. In New Zealand, I couldn't answer that. I believe that there is a whole lot of support for him or her, shall we say, in the States, because he's such a public figure with the Kardashian mob. No doubt there will be a program about it. In fact, I think they're planning it.
Each individual, they have their different opinion. Like, they have their own choice. So if they think there's, you know, a change like that makes them happy, then why not, you know?
I think it's probably something that could go either way. In one respect, it may be seen as, because he's a celebrity, that it's been taken out of context and made a big deal of when there's lots of people who are choosing to go through it. On the other hand, if people aren't seen to be going through that process in the public eye, then it makes it very difficult for Joe Public to come out or make that decision, because they feel like they're freaks. So it's a bit of a catch-22.
I think because he's a public figure, it's probably can't do any harm to their cause, or if you want to call it the cause.
I think the positive. I think good on him, and there's been a whole heap of positive support towards him, and I've not heard one negative thing so far about it. So, I mean, all positive feedback is great.
Personally, I think it's probably having a positive spin, because it's making people think about individually people need to feel happy and content in themselves. So I feel that it's showing that he's looking forward to that. He's happy within himself and he knows where he wants to go. And you can only have peace in your heart when you know where you want to go and what you're happy with. And I think that his family backing him up certainly is a big bonus for people that want to go forward. So being happy and being true to yourself is the main thing in life.
Just going back to our first question, which was from Jacqueline of Kaikoura, I actually get more of a buzz out of Princess Charlotte's birth than I do over Bruce Jenner's decision to change his life. So I don't know what the panel think about it. I have no experience about it. It just seems overhyped. Is he doing it as a publicity thing? What's he doing? Is he trying to raise some coin out of it? You know.
I wonder if he's, you know, been with all that women in the house for 12 years and he's competing. You know, he was always in the background. I see it when I go over to my daughter. She'd sometimes have it on. It's not something I'd turn on.
Turn what on, sorry?
Turn the Kardashians on.
Oh, right.
And he was the man in the background, sort of. And I remember years ago when he was Olympian. But I wonder if he felt he was competing with them and he needed to be more beautiful and part of them. And it's brought out that feminine side of him more. I don't know, but I just wish him peace,
Guys?
whatever he does.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would decide to pick a lifestyle in which they're going to be scrutinised. And I think good on her, commendments to Bruce Jenner and everything she's trying to do. She's trying to be true to herself. Does it affect me personally? No, it doesn't. So does my opinion mean anything? No, it doesn't. At the end of the day, I'm not affected. And if she's doing what she needs to do, good on her, props to her. And I wish her full support.
Yeah, I agree totally. I think exactly what Tyra said as well, is why would you put catapult yourself out there with such a huge decision for herself and for her family. I mean, she has, 5 children, I think it is, the two that are with Kris Jenner, and 3 to a previous marriage. I mean, it's a big thing for all of the family. I'm not sure how they feel about it. Kardashians have been pretty vocal, haven't they? They're supportive. But end of the day, happiness. And also, he's not she's not a spring chicken. No. 65, 66 maybe. So this is big. You do it later in life
All that
as
went
well.
through my mind was, I wonder how much turmoil in, say, the 20 years building up to doing this. You know, the poor twisted bugger. That's what I really, what emotionally he must have gone through, living a lie, which can't be easy, in a full female environment. I spare a thought for him. That's basically it.
Maybe that's why he chose that environment, because it was so feminine, and that was what he wanted and needed in himself.
But I wonder, even when he was competing as an Olympian, what pressures were inside him. It's a huge step to take, but it's not one you're going to make in 2 minutes, is it? It's been obviously churning away at him for a long, long time.
And hey, if there's someone that is watching that are going through the same turmoil as you described, and just one person knows that's exactly who I am, and I'm going to do something about it, then my goodness, thank you to him, to her.
Okay. And of course it goes the other way as well, doesn't it? The female can become the male, and I mean, to wrestle with that must be just I can't comprehend what it must be like to go through.
And I wonder if this is because other lifetimes or a recent lifetime they've been a different sex. There's a question.
A different
sex in their past life, their recent past life.
God, we're getting deep now. Time for a breather. Got to have a coffee. Back in a moment for the last time with the Owl and the Pussycats. Tell you what, there's a lot goes on in that little ad break, I've got to tell you. Questions come up again about Bruce Jenner. Your question was that you were dying to ask?
Will he be a lesbian or gay?
Could you just expand on that for me?
Well, it's because she will be a woman. Right. So will she have female partners or male partners? And that's it.
I have a feeling that in the interview she said that she's always been attracted to women, and therefore I guess she classifies herself as a lesbian.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Have you had experience with people like this, Dave?
I haven't.
No.
But the only thing,
lesbians love.
But the only thing I haven't.
No, I just yes. All right. Michelle from Sumner. Lovely place, Sumner, isn't it? My word. I have a friend who has children the same age as mine. He and her partner will only let them wear designer brand clothing. I think this is outrageous and total waste of money. I bought some baby clothes, not designer, as a gift for her youngest, but I've never actually seen her wear them. Should I say something to her?
No. My opinion is it isn't any of your business what your friends are buying for their kids. If they want to shower them with luxury items, with the designer threads, that's their choice as parents. If you as a parent choose to do something different, that's your choice. I find that very difficult.
Peer pressure, Andrea?
Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe you just like dressing them in the things that you like. And I don't think. I mean,
but with
I've
your
done that
lads, are they now into designer clothing?
Yeah, it's all they're three very different styles. The boys are, but they definitely are recognising brands in that, and I don't mind that. They actually, to have young men who actually care what they look like, is a bonus in my book.
Right.
Rather than baggy jeans around their knees and. If you know what
the
I'm
builder's
saying,
crack.
The builder's crack hanging out, or one clothes. So
that annoys me more than the beer gut, actually, of the question that we had before.
Unfortunately, I haven't got that
trousers
yet,
up, for God's sake.
I think that when you give a gift to someone, you just give and release it. And if they don't use it, so be, let it go.
We've all had crap gifts, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
But you don't say it. You say thank you.
Regifting.
Regifting. Yeah, move them on.
Give them again, love.
Okay. Next question. This is an interesting one from Doug, actually, from Burnside. The question is, I want to grow a beard. Is it repulsive to women to have facial hair? Now, there's a lot of it going around at the moment, facial hair, isn't it?
It's not my cup of tea. I don't like it rubbing on you, hitting your face or other places. So, no, I'm not into it at all. I think every man looks better without facial hair, but that's just a very personal
This is going
opinion.
right through to the sound opera next
Sorry
door,
about
who's got a
that.
huge beard at the moment, which makes him look about
I
105.
heard this
but
morning
that's
that
okay.
apparently the actual beard, a male's beard, is the same hygiene level as inside of your toilet.
Really?
So there's a hygiene. I'm thinking Mr. Twit. It was a book, Roald Dahl, great
Yes.
book. But is it like that? I don't know. I mean, as long as it's groomed, I think it's a great thing. Saying that though, I remember the old anvil, wrestling. They were great style in that. But as long as it's well kept, I think it's fine.
But do you
I think
like,
it's fine.
remember Mike wearing one for Movember?
Oh,
And it
yeah,
was
cool.
itchy and it wasn't nice. It didn't look good and it wasn't nice.
Tyra, when you're out there looking,
I
just,
don't go
you
looking.
do.
I
They
do
come
not.
to you, I know, but
Oh, they do. They flock like seagulls.
facial hair, yes or no?
Look, to be honest, it depends on the guy. I couldn't care less. There are some things I'm attracted to. There are some things I aren't. When it comes to facial hair, is it a deal breaker? No. If he's got a beard and isn't a particularly nice person, is it a deal breaker? Absolutely.
In the changing room beforehand, Rob Fife's name came up, didn't
Yes.
it? Do you want to elaborate on his comments?
Well, he likes the natural girls.
And this is underarm, the whole lot, isn't it?
Underarm and down below.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he
There's no
just
landing
likes-
strip there. He's got the full head.
Yeah. Should we be embracing that idea, women? Should we just grow the underarm and the whole 9 yards, or what?
Well, can I spin it back on you, though? What
Right.
do you prefer?
No, I couldn't think of anything more repulsive.
So you like the full...
No, I'm talking mainly about underarm hair.
right.
Yeah, I just find that revolting. You go through Europe and, on a hot day or something, it's not very pleasant, I don't think. I don't know. That's just me. It's a turn off rather than a turn on. Seemed bizarre that he was the head of Air New Zealand with grooming air hostesses, and deep down all he really wanted to see was underarm hair. I mean, it seemed a bit bizarre, that to me.
Well, it's all
I'm
natural,
sure
I suppose.
the
But...
hostess that lives next door to me, I'm sure she would be a bit outraged that she hadn't played the game. Okay. With EQC Repairs Insurance Financial Problems, this is Vanessa again. This is from Sumner again. We are moving in with our son and his wife and their teenage children. I'm concerned we will be stepping on each other's toes. How can we make this work? It's an overcrowding scenario brought about by EQC.
And I think the best thing to do is just constantly remind yourself that this is only a temporary arrangement. This isn't going to be moving in permanently. If it's EQC repairs, then this is short term. We can do this at short term. And it's just a matter of reminding yourselves that this isn't a long-term solution. This is just, you just get through this little moment and then you're done.
I think have lots of system. Who's going to use the bathroom when, who wants to cook meals when. Just really come down to more system and lots of love and care. So balance of the both.
For me, if it was me, I would make sure that as mum and dad, I'd make sure that I was out of the house when the children are there, around the dinner time and things like that. 2 extra people making it a lot. Make sure you're out of it. And use this time to have your date nights and go to the movies and get out and not be there every night.
I just wish that I hope that Vanessa, I just hope she's extremely, that son and daughter and kids are extremely grateful to be taken in by them. I mean, it's an imposition. As they get older, I suppose it's more of they thought they'd got rid of them. I just hope there's a bit of gratitude shown, around the dining table or in your house, Vanessa, because it is a big call for older people. I mean, we have the grandchildren, it's lovely to give them back, especially at nappy time. But I just hope that they do share the love, if you like. Thanks very much for bailing us out. It must be happening in scores of houses in Christchurch at the moment, mustn't it?
Yeah.
People, the routines
Really back
upset.
each other, help each other.
Yeah.
We'll,
And isn't it funny, in other cultures, wouldn't even come up as a problem, would it?
No, that's right.
It's a way of
It's
life.
quite spoilt, aren't we?
Yeah. You're married dad, for argument's sake.
Yeah.
They're very, very family, aren't they?
Well, yeah, he was one of 16.
Yeah.
Dad was, and he's the eldest.
Yeah.
So, and they had a simple 3-bedroom home.
Time to go, I'm told. Thanks very much, lisa.jordan@ctv.co.nz. Keep this mailbag full. You can work that out in your own time. Thanks, panel.